Okay, factor the equation 56x squared plus 95x plus 36 equals 0, if possible. There's some pretty big numbers here. I'm just kind of studying the numbers. I don't see a common factor for any of these three terms. What I'm going to do is use a discriminant to see if this can even be factored. The discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. The b squared, that's going to be 95 squared, minus 4 times 56 for A times 36 for C. So our question is, does this make a perfect square? I'm going to use a calculator to help us out here. So it's going to be 95 squared minus 4 times 56 times 36, 961. So if this can be factored, 961 has to be a perfect square. Let's take the square root of 961, 31. Okay. So this can be factored. Okay, now the question is, how do you factor it? Well, you have to do 56 times 36. That's going to be a really big number. You know what? Let's try this a little different strategy. I'll show you. So here's what you can do. We are going to do 56 times 36. But instead of multiplying this out and making a really big number, I'm going to write it in factored form, at least a modified factored form. I'm going to put 7 times 8 times 6 times 6. And what I need to do, because I multiplied this times this, I need to find factors of this that add to make 95. What if I just had 56 and 36? That's 92. That's close, but not quite it. So we just have to try different possibilities. What if we did 8 times 6 and then 7 times 6 as our factors? So that would be 48 plus 42. That makes 90. That's not it. Okay, so how else could we do this? Maybe we could split up the 8 or the 6. So it would be, let's see, 7 times 4 times 2 times 6 times 6, like that. Let's see if we can get anywhere that way. Let's see, what's 2 times 6 times 6? 2 times 6 is 12, and then times 6 is 72, and then here we have 7 times 4, which is 28. That's actually 100. Okay, what if instead of 6 times 6 for 36, we did 9 times 4? 7 times 8 times 9 times 4. And then we did it like this. 8 times 9 is 72. 7 times 4 is 28. And I keep getting back to those same numbers. Okay, now what if we switched up the 7 times 8 and the 9 times 4? We did it this way, 7 times 9 and then 8 times 4. 7 times 9 is 63, 8 times 4 is 32, and we'll add those. 95. Hey, there it is. So 63 and 32 makes our middle term. This takes persistence in problem solving. And boy, when you struggle with a problem like this for a while, figure it out, feels pretty good. Okay, so there are our middle terms, 32x and 63x. Common factor for the first two terms, let's take a look. We have, looks like an 8x, because 7 times 8 makes 56, and 8 times 4 makes 32. That leaves 7x plus 4 plus 63 and 36. There's a 9 in common, and that leaves 7x plus 4. Now we'll do the grouping. 8x plus 9 times 7x plus 4 equals 0. Okay. So it's pretty unusual you get a factoring problem that have numbers this big. But if you do, try this strategy, and then just be persistent. Try different combinations. Take the first number and the last number, those two coefficients. Try to multiply them, but then leave them in factored form like this. That way you have your different factors. You can try different combinations. Eventually, you can find the one that works. In this case, it was 7 times 9 and 8 times 4, which is 63 times 32. And then I just went ahead and grouped it, and factored it out.